Football's back, Jab,
Yes.
and despite a disappointing year for the Baltimore Ravens last year, a lot of people are optimistic here in Charm City. Over under win total. This is set by Vegas.
Yep.
Seems a little low to me. I don't know. You tell me. 8.5 for the Ravens.
8.5. Well, it does seem low. First of all, I agree with you. But remember, they're trying to get action on both sides. 8.5 is a great number because, number one, if you get to 9 wins, usually you're a playoff team. Vegas isn't sure if the Ravens are a playoff team, so they want you to throw the dough to find out. Basically, long story short, 8.5, it's even money both ways, okay? So whether you take the under or you take the over, it's basically the same price. I'm going to go under on this, and here's why. I feel like the division is going to be a lot better. I think Cleveland's a lot better. Johnny Manziel or Hoyer, whoever they throw out there, I think their defense is really good. I think they'll do enough on the offense. They can run the ball a little bit. So I'm not guaranteeing a sweep over Cleveland. I know the Ravens never lose at home. So let's just say the Ravens never lose at home. That's 8 wins.
All right.
Should be pretty easy for them to get over that number, right? I see some losses at home this year. I just don't see with this new offense, Kubiak coming in, they're not going to jump right off the bat and start winning games in this new offense. You only have 4 preseason games. You know, Flacco gets maybe half the snaps of the whole preseason. I don't care what you do in training camp. You can't do the same thing that you can do in a game. It's going to be close, okay? And I just think that they get to maybe 8 wins. I think there's some struggles in there. I think there's some tough teams they're going to have to play. They got Atlanta on the schedule. Everybody thinks they're terrible. Atlanta's going to be a lot better this year, in my opinion. I think it's a little bit under. Not much, but that's a really good number, 8.5.
If you're on Twitter, you can send your hate mail to @ChabbyBurns. He's @ChabbyBurns on Twitter. I got to go over here. 8-8 last year. I look at the schedule. Browns, Bucks, Falcons. You got Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston. 6 of those teams on the schedule at losing records are going to face Cleveland twice. So 7 games versus teams with losing records last year. The Ravens scored 320 points, 20 per game, which is 25th in the NFL. I think the offense is going to be better.
Yep.
Adding Steve Smith is going to be big for Joe Flacco. I think it all comes down to the running game because I'm not a big believer in Ray Rice having a bounce back year. I don't know what you're going to get in Bernard Pierce.
Yep.
But if they can have a halfway decent running game, I think they'll win more than 8 games. So I got to go over on this.
And the other thing for me on the reason why the under, I'm really scared of the defense and the back end of the defense. Webb coming off an injury, Jimmy Smith getting banged up,
Right.
Asa Jackson getting banged up. You start going down, you tell me Shockey Brown's going to be your other corner, your slot guy.
That's a good
In
point.
this league, you can't put your hands on receivers. So basically, they're going against a bunch of stud receivers. You mentioned Atlanta. Last time I checked, Julio Jones is much better than any corner that they have. Roddy White on the other side. I just don't think that you can look at a schedule and say, oh, well, this team was bad
You're
last
right.
year. It's a
You're
50% turnover in the NFL every year. The 8.5 number is really, really good. I just feel like they're going to come in around 8-8.
Secondary concerns are very real for this team. They're going to be really dependent on guys like Haloti Ngata to put pressure up front. I know that only goes so much. If your secondary is bad, it can only take you so far.
Yep.
But that he's going to be a big guy to watch this year.
I do like the offense, though. I think I agree with you. I think Flacco will have a really big year.
Under, over. He's Jabby Burns. I'm Zach Wilt from the Gabe Illusion Studios. Subscribe to Channel BSR on YouTube.